Well, good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 RUSD Career Technical Education Showcase. Uh, we're in the marketing and sales industry sector and discussion panel. I'm Ken Scott, and I teach at Martin Luther King High School in the CTE program, and I'm here with Debbie Blue, who is also a fellow teacher in the marketing and sales pathway at King High School. And we're here with our students, Alexis Brandt and Charlie Renault, both of our current students with us in our marketing classes. So today our students will share their experiences in CTE and how they have pivoted their career engagement, academics, technical mastery, and professional skills for the school. And then Mrs. Blue and I are going to start by asking some questions. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Blue. Why don't you go ahead and ask the first question?
I'll go ahead and go over here to Charlie on this question. Charlie, what kind of academic knowledge have you gained this year in our program?
This year I have gained a vast understanding in marketing knowledge, and I have learned how to improve my presentation skills, and I have been able to apply these skills to knowledge in my daily life, as well as a program that I am involved in, DECA. I've been able to involve those in my DECA competitions, and it has further analyzed my ability to, furthered my ability to analyze marketing scenarios.
Okay, and Alexis, I wanted to ask you, and how is that knowledge, the knowledge that you gained from the program, how is that connected to the career content that you've actually learned?
Well, I've learned that by allowing me to know how to conversate well and how to work with others, it's completely given me a new idea and representation of the career path that I can take and other things like that.
Thank you.
Okay, girls, I'll ask the next question. What are some of the non-tangible or professional skills that you have developed alongside the technical and academic content? Some things that you've picked up along the way that maybe weren't necessarily written in the curriculum, but things that you've gained from either being in the marketing class or in the sales retail marketing class. I'll start with you, Charlie.
Throughout my class, I have been able to learn about many different careers through a website called Virtual Job Shadow, which allows you to see different types of marketing careers, and this has broadened my knowledge of the wide field that I could go into, many different jobs that could be offered to me through marketing.
Cool. And how about you, Alexis?
Personally, this year I learned how to cooperate and work with others, even through a hard time like COVID right now. We're all struggling and going through this together, and I feel like I've really learned how to work with others and understand how everyone is feeling. Yeah.
And I know that Alexis, you've been in the program for 4 years, and so can you share a little bit of some of the hands-on experience that you've had in the program, specifically maybe in whether it was in the fashion or marketing principles or retail?
So I was last year, which was my junior year, I had a group together and we were going to do the prom fashion show. Unfortunately, it got canceled, but we still decided which outfits people were going to wear, and we decided the music. We made like a routine for them to walk out to. It was really fun, and I'm really disappointed that it didn't work out, but.
And I'm curious to know, how did that help in regards to, I don't know, getting you prepared for teamwork?
Honestly, I didn't think that I would ever want to really work in a team, but being able to work with people that in my class and other people from around the school, it really opened my mind and my eyes to how fun teamwork could be.
Great.
Girls, next question, how has your experience in the marketing and sales program changed the way you think about the variety of careers? I mean, prior to this, you probably had your mindset on, what you wanted to do. Has it changed at all since you've taken the marketing classes? Alexis, go ahead and answer that.
Well, for me, I felt like I liked to learn about working with others, customer service, because that's what I wanted to go into. But ultimately, I've decided that I was going to take a different path into what I personally would want to pursue. So it did help me a lot, even though I chose a different pathway.
Good. And then Charlie, you'd mentioned the virtual job shadow. How has your direction changed or broadened, or what has happened as a result of the exposure to virtual job shadow, as well as the things we've learned in class and even with your DECA organization?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to do something in marketing, but I wasn't specifically sure what the specifics of what I wanted to do. So
Mhm.
with things like virtual job shadow and DECA, it's opened my eyes to how many different career paths I could actually go into.
Mhm.
So now I have more things to consider when I am in the future and looking for a job and or figuring out what I want to specifically do.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I wanted to ask, and I'll start with Alexis on this one. What are some important skills that you feel that you can now offer to potential employers when they're looking to hire someone in your age group?
Well, like I said earlier, I feel like I've learned how to work in a group really well, and I've learned problem solving skills. I've learned how to deal with struggle and change.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's really important, especially in a time like this. We really need to focus on how to work with change and be able to adapt to that.
Thank you. And Charlie, your thoughts? What do you think are some important skills that you can now offer potential employers?
Uh, well, this year I've learned how to further my abilities to present different topics, and as well as take effective notes and make sure that I am getting across certain points that need to be made and not uh, oversharing in any way.
Okay. Cool. Um, so, and I will ask this question. How do you think, Charlie? I'll start with you. How do you think the CTE program here at King High School? How do you think it's prepared you to kind of stand apart from your peers? What things are you getting here that maybe your peers who are not in the CTE program are not getting? What are you getting?
Well, the CTE program has allowed me the opportunity to be a competitor in DECA, and through competitions, I have been able to learn many different skills that I think would be very valuable in a professional setting. And the skills that I've learned in my CTE program have allowed me to apply these to my different competitions. And my marketing knowledge that has improved has allowed me to improve my overall performance in these competitions.
Wonderful. And Alexis, how about you?
I feel like, I'm sorry, can you ask the question
No,
one more
yeah, that's
time? I
fine.
lost my train of thought.
That is okay. Okay, so Alexis, how has your experience in the CTE program really given you like, how has it allowed you to get something that maybe somebody who's not in the CTE program, how does it make you stand apart from them?
I feel like I really learned how to conversate really well, and I feel like my vocabulary has definitely changed, and I feel like I can definitely talk to my older elders that I need to talk to in a more professional manner. And I feel like that has really taught me how to just learn from that.
Very good. Okay.
You know, and you talked about the DECA program, and Charlie, I know that maybe I don't know if that was one of your most memorable, but I would or exciting experiences that you had. But I know that you were a winner right at district. Did you get, or you were in the top? So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was a really great experience, especially because coming into high school, I was really excited to enter the DECA program and compete, and being able to use my knowledge and actually place in a competition was really memorable. And I was really excited to work with everyone in the group.
Okay. And Alexis, what would you say is your most memorable or exciting experience you had working in the program?
Well, I feel like the prom fashion show was one of my favorite just because it was so hands-on and I got to understand how fun it would be and how nice it would be to work with a team that actually cared about what they were doing. So I feel like that was definitely one of the biggest parts. The
Okay.
funnest too.
Thank you. Thank you to both.
Okay. Hey, last question. I think this question is going to be the easy one to answer. Okay. So I know, Alexis, you're closer to graduation than Charlie is. So I'll start with you. What are your plans after you leave King High School? What are your plans after you graduate?
After I graduate, I am attending RCC for 2 years. I got into the Promise program. And
Awesome.
then after my 2 years are up, I'm planning to transfer to a 4 year and get my bachelor's in behavioral sciences.
Wonderful. That's outstanding. So happy to hear that. Charlie, I know you're only a freshman. But you have a bright future in DECA. I know that much because you did so well this year, even as a freshman. Do you have some aspirations for what you're going to do after you leave King High School after you graduate?
After graduation, I definitely plan to go to a 4-year college. I'm not decided what college yet, since
Yeah.
I am only a freshman and I want to spend more time on my interests before I choose a school to go to. But I've always thought about a career in marketing, and I love learning about all of the different processes and elements of marketing. So I'm planning on maybe going into the music or fashion industry with marketing skills.
Awesome. Well, I guess Mrs. Blue, she will be offering. I think she's going to be offering retail sales, which is going to be right down your alley.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, and we're at the end here of our interview, but I would like to ask, is there anything that you would like to add to what we've already discussed? Is there anything that you wanted to share as far as with our industry partners, as far as the CTE program and what you have received from it?
Well, I just wanted to say that I feel like if it's something that even slightly interests anyone, then they should do it because it really was a life-changing experience for me.
Yeah, I this year I've had a lot of fun participating in my CTE program, and I would love to keep on taking these sorts of classes because they really interest me. And after taking this one, I see all of the different CTE programs that they have to offer, and each one of them interests me more and more. So I would definitely want to continue through this program.
Well, great. I would like to thank both of you for taking time out of your schedule to talk with us and to share with our industry partners. And thank you again. So this concludes the 2021 RUSD CTE Showcase Industry Sector Panel discussion. I want to thank the student panel and my colleague, Ken Scott, for their valuable input today. I would also like to thank our industry partners watching this video for supporting RUSD CTE students. RUSD Career Technical Education, where students are career ready, period.